Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Netflix just pulled another Netflix. We had a discussion about this topic on Saturday Night Hypnosis, and I just figured I would make a separate video about it because, I didn't really get all my thoughts out there regarding the whole situation, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit more. So, we have a headline here from Bounding Into Comics talking about the latest announcement about Lawrence Fishburne. So, he apparently has been cast in another race swapped role. Yes, I know, Netflix, race swap. Super shocking. I know everybody's just going, wow, right now. That's just very, very shocking. But apparently, he is casted to play the vampire Emil Regis. So he is going to play Regis. And man, you know what? It's kind of like a catch 22, right? So Lawrence Fishburne is an amazing actor. He truly is. Is he good for this role? I honestly, I have no idea. I just don't see it. Me personally, I don't see how this can be even close to getting you to feel the same thing that Regis made you feel in the games. But again, this is Netflix, right? This is Witcher. I think they're getting desperate. Okay, I think they're getting very, very desperate for viewership. They're panicking right now. Henry Cavill has exited, obviously, and now you're gonna have the other Hemsworth brother joining in to try to take over for Geralt of Rivia. I still, in my mind right now, I can't even think of him playing as that. But again, we're gonna find out when the show eventually comes out just how bad or good it may be. But I'm leaning more towards bad. But Lawrence Fishburne being casted right now, I think, is a ploy to try to garner any sort of namesake, any sort of like strong named actor to try to join the squad and try to get as many of those as possible. Because after losing Henry Cavill, that's an extremely big loss. And this show was already bleeding viewership as it is. Now going into the next season without Cavill, it's going to be disgusting. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing to my manga channel, man. The links are in the description box below. I would absolutely love to see you there. So the headline says, desperate for viewers, Netflix's The Witcher cast Lawrence Fishburne as race swap version of vampire Emil Regis. In a move seemingly motivated by the series' desperate need for viewers, Netflix has announced that actor Lawrence Fishburne has officially been tapped to portray a race swap version of the vampiric surgeon barber Emil Regis in The Witcher's upcoming and Henry Cavill-less fourth season. This season is going to bomb, man. This season is going to absolutely bomb. Now, Regis was a pretty good character, okay? And I think that from a personality, trait, I think Lawrence Fishburne could probably do the role, right? But in terms of an aesthetic, right? In terms of what vampires to look like for the most part, right? This is not exactly very Witcher accurate, okay? And it never really is, right? This show hasn't been Witcher accurate since the first season. I'm going to be real with you, right? The only saving grace for this show, in my opinion, was always Henry Cavill. He did so much work to embody Geralt of Rivia that it really made people say, you know what? Even though this is not a super source accurate kind of TV show, I think I could dig it just because you can see and feel the passion that Henry Cavill had for that role. Now you don't have him. You're replacing him with a Hollywood grifter. You're replacing him with someone who I guarantee you will never even spend half the time that Cavill spent trying to learn Geralt of Rivia. This man read the fucking books. He played the game. He did everything he could to try to understand Geralt and embody him. You think Hemsworth is going to do that? Absolutely not. He's just going to skate by on his blonde good looks and keep it moving. It says this edition of the Matrix and John Wick series star to The Witcher's cast was first confirmed by the series' home streaming service via a press release published on the morning of January 12th. In a brief statement offered alongside the news, Fishburne asserted, "I'm very excited to be joining the cast and look forward to exploring the wondrous world of The Witcher." Now, again, I think Lawrence is going to put in the time to try to understand the character that he's going to be playing. However, just aesthetically speaking, for anybody who's into The Witcher, obviously, you already know this is not going to be matching whatsoever. And it's just another reason for Netflix to throw in a black person into a character that is notoriously not black. And it's Netflix. They're going to do this. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it until the end of time. We'll probably all be dead before they even stop. So this is going to be expected, but it doesn't mean we have to sit by, just let it be whatever. I'm a little bit lenient only because, again, it's Lawrence Fishburne, and I know he's going to try to kill the role, but still, this is still a lazy race swap at the end of the day. It's just Netflix saying, you know what? We need a black person. We need to put him in here. Let's get a good, known, well black actor because we don't have a lot of strong names right now in this show, and let's throw him in here and hope that he can draw maybe a couple of eyes. That's basically what it is. Interestingly, Fishburne's debut in the live-action adaptation of Andrzej Sapkowski's seminal work will occur simultaneously with the Hunger Games franchise star Liam Hemsworth, who begins the next season, is set to replace the aforementioned Cavill as the series' lead character, Geralt of Rivia. As a Witcher fan, I'm over the moon at the opportunity to play Geralt, said Hemsworth in a statement issued at the time of his 2023 casting. Henry Cavill has been an incredible Geralt, and I'm honored that he's handing me the reins and allowing me to take up the White Wolf's blades for the next chapter of his adventures. Henry, I've been a fan of yours for years and was inspired by what you brought to this beloved character. I may have some big boots to fill, but I'm truly excited to be stepping into the Witcher world. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it because, again, this guy just doesn't care. He's not the kind of guy that will strike me as caring for a character enough to try to all of a sudden get into it and learn it and read about it and play it. It truly takes a lot to embody a character like Geralt, you know what I mean? Between the voice and the overall aesthetic and the different kind of mannerisms, it does take a lot. Can Chris do it? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just thinking based off what has been happening with this show so far, based off what we've seen the direction for the last 2 seasons, season 2 and season 3, I don't have a lot of faith in the director to be able to pull this off. And I damn sure don't have a lot of faith in Chris Hemsworth to pull it off as well. It says, to this end, as noted above, it's not hard to speculate that in light of its ongoing decline in quality and its losing of Cavill, not to mention the reputational hit taken by the entire production thanks to the subsequent smear campaign levied against him by female members of his crew, which, by the way, with such bullshit, the entire thing, the entire allegations about females against Henry Cavill, that was so desperate. That entire thing was unbelievably desperate, and it was an attempt to try to drag his name through the mud because he was leaving the show. He was leaving the show of his own volition. He is tired of what was happening at the show, the fact that they're not respecting the source material. People were mad at the fact that he loved the source material so much. Imagine working with someone who was hired to play in The Witcher, hired to play Geralt of Rivia, and being mad that the person cares about the character too much. Imagine being that person. That's exactly what this all-female crew, or whatever the case may be, female members of the crew, were thinking about Henry Cavill. They were mad that someone actually cared about the character they were playing because they themselves don't care that much. They don't care about the characters they're playing. They just want to collect that paycheck, get some headlines, and move on with their lives. It says Netflix sought to hire the near universally beloved Fishburne in order to give audiences some reason to tune into The Witcher when it returns. Yet while Fishburne's casting does allow The Witcher to benefit from his star power, it also signals that the series production team is doubling down on their disregard for its source material, as his casting as the fully named Emil Regis, I cannot even pronounce that, stands as yet another instance of Hollywood race swapping. Oh, I cannot wait to see Lawrence Fishburne look like this. I cannot wait. Bring me Lawrence Vampire Fishburne with the claws and everything. I can't wait to see it. Admittedly, none of Sapkowski's original texts make any explicit reference as to the skin color of Geralt's undead ally, with his appearance instead being simply described in the series' third novel, Baptism of Fire, as featuring a nobly aquiline nose, the build of a slim, middle-aged man, and black eyes beneath slightly graying eyebrows. Well, it looks like Netflix looked at the black eyes part, and they were like, yup, we are going to put a black person in it. They said black and we are down. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.